the channel. I thought I would do another sort of part two to my crafty or arty stuff haul. So I thought we could see what I got from a bunch of different places. This first thing actually comes from Walmart and was like on super duper clearance, which are actually planner stencils, which you might be saying, why on earth would you need those for your art haul? And the answer is that there are some here, if I figure out how to open this. Here we are. That are actually boxes, and I'm planning. So, like this one on top is a good example. What I'm planning to do is use boxes like this to do sort of thumbnail sketches of cards. So, I have a journal that I'm going to use for card stuff. I was curious if there were, and here's another one that would work well for that. Obviously, there's like a bajillion things, and then here are some bigger ones, depending on what we're doing and what like form factor we have. Um, and even more squares. And then we have just sort of fun stuff. All of these were like $3, I want to say. So I was kind of impressed. Then we have sort of seasons and other like calendary things we could potentially use. And then like thought bubbles, and there are also ones I think we saw earlier for lists and stuff. You can do fancy sorts of things as well. I mean, depending on what you want. It's interesting. There are hope and love. I don't know if there are any. Oh, there are circles. I was hoping for circles in case we wanted to use these to do little swatchy bits. And then there are like actual letters at the end. I think at the beginning there were actually check boxes. Yeah, here we go. No, these are flags. I guess no, these are check boxes right here next to the hearts. So we can do check boxes. Anyway, there are about a million of these like planar stencil sets out there, so I just picked up the one that was on sale at Walmart. So we will probably be playing with that later. Luckily, my friend Cordelia actually sent me a cat sticker if you watched my live last weekend, and that will be perfect for the front of that journal. Let me just open Jerry's most oops, packaging ever. Here we go. And this is from Jerry's. I got a couple shades of paint that I didn't have. I don't know why they and some brushes. I don't know why they pack the paint loose, which they don't usually do. Usually they'll put it inside a box. Um, and this is this bizarre Jerry's packaging where they're like essentially two sticky sheets that stick together, so that it can ship as like a flat rate thing. But I can walk you through the colors I picked up. This is Deep Scarlet, which is kind of like a Pyrrole Scarlet, only a deeper shade. I know you're surprised, but it's a little less vibrant. It's sort of a more closer to a neutral, I guess. And then we have two Primatech colors, which are pretty cool and unique to Daniel Smith. Basically, these are made out of semi-precious and other minerals. So this is the Bronzite genuine, which is sort of a neutral color essentially. It's sort of like a raw sienna. And then I think I picked up, yeah, I picked up some more serpentine. No, I lied. This isn't serpentine. I thought I picked some of that up. Dopside genuine, Diopside genuine. I don't know. Which is sort of a dark teal essentially, but much more on the green side. It's hard to see in these. We may or may not play with these when we get to. Oh, these were in interesting. These were in, then we have an itty bitty something. Oh, Bloodstone. So this is like a purpley red kind of, but again, fairly neutral. Yeah, so these were in packaging like they normally come like this, but I think because of the way they laminated this, it kind of smushed everything. So anyway, no complaints about Jerry's, but I did pick up some brushes in a sort of new to me line. Just get these out of here. and they are, and I can't tell how these are because they always pack these in gum arabic, but they're the best with an E on the end. Best. Golden Taklon, and I love Golden Taklon brushes. So I got a bunch of small ones and then these two smaller, larger ones. This is more of a wash brush. I do like how they've done the handles on these. The ferrules, of course, are black, but they're they're a relatively thick handle, which makes it easier to hold. This is sort of a mop brush, and then I got just some other small rounds. But anyway, those are the things I picked up from Mr. Jerry. And then my other friend named Dick, we will see what he has gotten me. I think I got more paints from him because I was running, I didn't have, there were a couple of neutrals I just didn't have. And I'm kind of in the process of wanting to build out my watercolor palette for next year. So let us see what we have. We have packing material. And um, I did pick up some gum arabic to glue some watercolors back into the pan. I don't really use this as a medium ever, so I might try using it as an actual medium. So there's that. And then there are a couple more colors in there. More paint. And this was on sale, so I want to try it. It's the Sennelier, if I'm not butchering French too much. Their mini palette it was on sale for like 20 or $30. It was really not very expensive. And it comes with a little brush for some reason. But I was interested to try their watercolor and these look, you see how to, hopefully I'm opening this on the right side and I'm not going to mangle it. Here we go. Yeah, it has this like itty bitty, like totally unusable brush. I don't quite get it. And then it has these are all pan extruded. Obviously they sell it in tubes as well. But I was interested to try it out, and this is sort of an eight set. It's yeah, that sort of like my Grabby one. If I have it, here we go. These are almost identical. These are identically sized, but like they both use these sort of inserts, which always seem like it's just an excuse to not give you an actual full half pan. But Salier is a pretty well-known brand that's been around for a long time out of France, so I'm curious to try that out. And then I picked up a couple additional brushes here, which I picked up some of the Princeton Heritage ones to try out because I hadn't tried that series and I kept seeing YouTube videos with people saying how great they were. So, you know, I guess it's sort of like one of my favorite art creators has an easily influenced series. I should like start something like that. So the red ones are the Princeton Heritage, and then these black ones are Blick's version of like the best brushes essentially. They're actually sold as like lettering brushes. Basically Golden Taklon, which is what these are all I mean these, you know, obviously these look very similar in character. Um, the Golden Taklon is basically a synthetic, but it's fairly springy compared to say like some of these guys, like these Princeton 4050s, which I just got two of because they're kind of spendy. Basically try to mimic less stiff animal hairs essentially. Most of the historically watercolor brushes were made out of sable, like the thing they make coats out of. And they still make them out of that, although they're quite pricey these days. But anyway, we have a bunch of new brushes to try. Basically, all my brushes are synthetic. And we got some more paint. Hopefully, not the same. See, these are the nicer. I like it when they ship in these actual Daniel Smith boxes because, like, they have these inserts that keep them from getting squished. Anyway, I picked up some buff titanium. Yeah, it is called buff titanium. They like this is sometimes called unbleached titanium, but basically you can use this to make some very creamy sort of pastels. because it's mostly white with a little bit of other stuff in it. And let's see what else I bought because I never remember when I buy paint. What do we get? We got here is the Serpentine Genuine, which is one of my favorite colors that I was almost out of. And then I picked up some raw sienna, which I didn't have, and some green gold, which I ran out of when I was going through all my paint. So I guess I should reorient this because these are all the mineral colors, and these are all not. So more paint for my paint palette, and I think I will do a video soon assembling that just so that you guys I can walk you through my process. One of the sets will be less interesting because it's just sort of like using the set I have and putting it into pans, but the other one I think will be pretty neat. And I didn't actually look at what colors we get at this Sommelier, but let's see. Uh we get yellow. We get sort of a middle road yellow, middle road red. A couple the greens are quite nice. Sap green and phthalo green light. I like the greens and the brown and the Payne's gray. Like I like this row a lot. Very light in the reds and the blues, but I mean with such a small set, there's not much you can do about that. Anyway, so I will be back with more demo videos at some point soon, but I just wanted to sort of show you all the stuff I got, and I'm going to rehome all these brushes into an actual brush case, so they'll be ready to go for when we start painting, which will be probably the next video will probably be a little bit of palette setup, but we may do some painting demos before then. I reached out to a creator who wrote a book that I really liked, and she was cool with me doing some of the exercises on channel, so that's pretty neat. So anyway, that is more to come, and I will chat with you guys later.